And we have 6 containers of mini tiramisu mousse. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my keto cooking. Today I'm going to be making keto tiramisu mousse. This will not be containing any ladyfingers. I don't have a ladyfingers tiramisu recipe yet, but I am working on it, so make sure you look out for that. I hope to have something in the next couple months for ladyfingers to go with tiramisu. But today we're just going to be doing the mousse. Dessert ever is tiramisu, so the fact that I was able to easily make a tiramisu mousse keto recipe made me so unbelievably happy. It is calorie heavy, but it's low carb. So just keep in mind for your macros. We're gonna get started. Now, normally I will put instant coffee with hot water stirred up in it, but I realized that I am actually out of instant coffee. So I'm actually brewing a cup of coffee, and I'm just gonna be taking a 1/4 cup of that, which is pretty much the same, and there's not much difference there. We're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of coffee. Just gonna set that aside to let it cool, because you don't want to add boiling hot coffee to the recipe. Okay, so next we actually want to add 1 cup of heavy cream to a bowl, and then we're actually going to whip it into whipped cream and set it in the fridge to chill, and we'll be adding it to our mixture after. I just like it to have some time to chill whipped up. I find that it makes it a little fluffier in the long run. I'm actually going to add the vanilla to it now. I find that adding vanilla to pre-whipped cream makes it a little more vanilla-y than adding it after. So add just a teaspoon to half a teaspoon, all depending on how much vanilla you'd like. You could also leave the vanilla out completely if you don't like vanilla. We're just gonna whip it until stiff peaks form. So there you have it. The stiff peaks are formed, and you know it's stiff enough when basically it doesn't look liquidy at all, and you shake a little bit and nothing moves. So that is stiff enough. Make sure you do not whip it much more than this though, because after this phase, the more you whip it, you'll actually end up with butter. So unless you want to make butter, don't whip it more than this. So just place this in the refrigerator for now. So next we're gonna get another bowl, and we're actually going to be adding our cheese. Now, this is the brand of cheese I get. It's called mascarpone cheese, and it's what is put in tiramisu. I got this at Walmart, but I know you can get it at pretty much any grocery store. They keep it in the specialty cheese section normally, and it's used for a whole bunch of other things too. It's very comparable to cream cheese, but it also is fantastic with tiramisu. You can also make tiramisu with cream cheese, but it'll taste more cheesecakey than what traditional tiramisu will taste like. We are going to add this entire 8-ounce container of the cheese. We're gonna add all the cheese into the bowl. And then what I like to do is I like to whip it up a little bit first, because mine just came out of the refrigerator, so it's a little stiff. So I'm going to make it a little bit looser by whipping it up just a little bit. Now it is significantly softer, and it'll actually be easier to mix the rest of the ingredients in with it. Next, we're gonna add our sweetener. I'm gonna be using powdered swerve. It is a erythritol blend of sweetener. it has 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 protein, 0 everything. So it is perfect for the ketogenic diet. We're gonna be adding about half a cup of it. You can add as much or as little sweetener as you would like. It is all preference. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna even add the full half cup, because any artificial sweetener is actually like sweeter than regular sugar, so I find that you actually need a lot less to make it taste sweet. And so then we're just gonna blend that up. that we have that completely blended, I'm actually gonna add a little bit of vanilla to this mix as well, and we're gonna mix again. Now, as you notice, it has a very icing-like consistency. Now we are going to actually add the coffee into the cheese mixture. So I like to add just a little bit at a time. I'm going to add all of the coffee because I do enjoy the coffee taste that it makes. And just blend carefully. I like to mix it in a little bit by hand first because it will splash up, and especially if the coffee is still hot, it could burn you. So I've added about half the coffee, and I'm gonna add the rest of the coffee now. And like before, I'm just gonna mix it by hand a little bit first and then blend. If you notice, it has a very smooth mixture now, and we are ready for the last step before spooning it out. So now we're actually going to take our whipped cream and we're gonna spoon it one spatula full at a time into our cheese mixture. And you just want to fold it in until it is evenly mixed in. And then you want to get another spatula full and do the same thing again. Just fold it in until it is pretty much mixed in. And as you can see, we have a nice tiramisu mousse. Now for serving size, most of the time I'll dish it into 4 separate little containers, but today I'm actually going to be making them into smaller containers, and I'm actually going to be putting them in these little containers so I can put them in lunches. Normally this mixture will make 4, but I think I'll get closer to 6 or 8 of these containers. So I'm just going to take a regular spoon and I'm just going to spoon a little bit in and try and even it out a little bit. And I do this with the big containers too, so nothing is different here. And then we're actually going to take some regular unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm going to put just the littlest bit in this little strainer. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top, and then I'm going to scoop a little bit more on top. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. And there we have one mini tiramisu mousse. It's super cute and super convenient. So we're just going to do this with the rest of these. And we have 6 containers of mini tiramisu mousse, which will be great for lunches. You just need to refrigerate it, and it'll probably stay good up until probably about 5 days, I'd say. Thanks for checking out how I make my mini tiramisu mousse. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or on my blog. I'll have the address for the recipe posted below at my website, and you can also find my other recipes there, as well as I'll link my last recipe video down below. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for another recipe on how I make keto food. Bye!